Yokai Watch talks to the spirits. Fuck, man. Okay, look. So, Yokai Watch 2, Bony Spirits and Fleshy Souls. It's just, in general, it's a Pokemon clone at this point of having two exclusives. So, if you don't know, Yokai Watch is super successful in, I think, 2014. And now it's 2016, and they made two more games. And I say more games because they have had a lot of spin-offs on mostly iOS and Android. So I'm aware of all those, but Yokai Watch 2, Fleshy Souls, and Bony Spirits, what I've been hearing, I should say, is that it's good for what it is, but I'm not really hearing that much like, oh hey, it gets better from the first game. I'm hearing it, but not as much as I think I should probably be hearing it. So regardless of the game, I don't know anything about the game, regardless of how fun the game still is from the original Yokai Watch, which I'm only giving it for just that reason, plus how it's there's you know, version exclusives, which reminds me of Pokemon Red and Blue, and of course any Pokemon game to this day. But still, regardlessly, yeah, go check out Yokai Watch 2. It looks fun. Hopefully it's still fun, and I have to say, it still makes me want to go play the first game first, because I haven't really played the first one as much yet. Okay? Alright. Alright, so Dead Rising 4. There's a fourth one already? Like, okay. I'm not gonna lie, I am a little shocked. A little. Like, I know the original Dead Rising game came out 10 years ago, because it also celebrated the 10th year anniversary. Including releasing the first one and the second game on Xbox One and PS4. And of course, Dead Rising 3, the one that came out literally like 3 or something years ago, it was pretty successful. So I see why there's a fourth one, but it's still kind of surprising me that there is a fourth one. Like, it's just kind of good that, you know, at least Capcom has a game that's really successful. And it's been seriously only 10 years, and there's only been 4 games. Well, 5 games if you want to include saying off the record, including Chop Till You Drop on the Wii. So for all the games so far, it's actually pretty good. The franchise, of course, they're thinking of crazier, nuttier ways to, you know, kill zombies and stuff and how to survive. And I'm pretty sure it's still the same old story of, hey, look, you're the main guy, survive the game, and he's gonna survive anyways, with his or her daughter or son or something, and crazy shit's gonna happen. Like that. That's like seriously it. Crazy shit is gonna happen, and it does. Like, that's seriously it. They're just basically thinking of more creative ways to kill zombies, and that's kind of all I have to give this franchise for. And you know what? It's working. It's seriously working. And of course, there's gonna be in the game Frank West some way, shape, or form. I'm assuming. So we'll have to wait and see for sure. Well, not even wait to see. I have played a little bit of it. I haven't really played much of anything else besides like the first 10 minutes. But for what I played of it, it's exactly what it still is. Dead Rising 4. So what do you do when you get fire and ice? Well, there's been a lot of games that has to do with fire and ice, not gonna lie. And I'm not gonna lie, Sonic Boom is not the first one to do with fire and ice. So this is Sonic Boom Fire and Ice. If you don't know, Sonic Boom this is the second game in the series, not including Shattered Crystal, but regardlessly, Rise Alert was the first one. It wasn't the greatest, and I'm very surprised that they even announced Sonic Boom Fire and Ice due to how shit, I have to say, sorry, the first game was, and how great the actual handheld one was for Shattered Dimensions. And it's just basically, hey, everything from Shattered Dimensions, which is thrown into this game, but now we have 2 elements, fire and ice. Whoa, that's crazy right there, you know? And there goes my heater. But still, regardlessly, I should really turn off that damn heater, but regardlessly, oh, you know, it's fire and ice, but hey. Okay, turn it off, but still, it's fire and ice. It is really not much going on, but this time, except for playing as Styx, the Badger in Shattered Crystal, now you can play as all the characters, or the 5 main characters from Sonic Boom TV show or whatever, in this game, because there's no console exclusive or console version, and I would have probably preferred that if there was one. So anyways, yeah, Sonic Boom Fire and Ice, it's fun for what it is. It's just basically a continuation of Shattered Crystal, okay? Alright. Alright, so Metroid Prime Federation Force. I can see why people are mad. This is not a Metroid Prime game. It's no way a Prime game. But you gotta really think about this for a minute. They made a Metroid Prime pinball and Hunters, which I know is pretty good still, but in that argument, I don't know what to say. I mean, it's a Prime game. It's a Metroid Prime game. Yes, it's the word Prime in it. Like pinball, okay? But it's just not what we were expecting. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, we're not expecting this. Now, when this first came out, or first announced, I should say, I remember that there was a petition for Nintendo not to release this. I was like, really? Like, there's a petition to make a game not come out? I don't know if I ever heard of that before, but that's pretty fucking, like, whoa. It tells you no one wants this, like, really. Now that the game finally came out, after all that BS and all that shit from, like, Last Ball or all that, the game is actually okay. It's not bad of a game. It's actually pretty okay. It's pretty good. For Metroid Prime game, it's I don't know. It's not as great, but as a Metroid like spin-off kind of game, I guess you could say, yeah, it works. It works. It really does. I just don't think it's a main Prime game or anything. It could have been literally like a custom Robo game or something, or Nintendo could have just made this into its own IP. Like, seriously, it could have been something else. But still, regardlessly, the game is fun for what it is, and I know about the hidden ending at the end, and I am pretty excited for that. So, Metroid Prime Federation Force. Nothing to do with Samus. Recore. This game, okay, Recore. Now, I remember when this was first announced, a lot of you were actually pretty excited for it. After it came out, not really anyone was as much as excited for it. Now, I heard what happened. Like, okay, people were excited for it for the new IP, how creative it could be, and all that. I get it. And then when it came out, they weren't as thrilled as much as they would love it to be. But for the game, I gotta say, it's still fun. I don't see the problem as much as of it. I see people overhyping the game too much, which that could have maybe been the downfall of it in general. Hyping it too much for what it is. And for what it is, it's a good game. I mean, yeah, it gets repetitive maybe sometimes, but it's not really bad. It's good for what it really is. It's just like a new IP, and it works. Like, it really works. Okay, look, you're a girl that has like robots as friends, and then those robots like help you and protect you and all that stuff, and that's pretty cool. Not gonna lie. And you do puzzles and you figure shit out, and there's even a story with it. I mean, come on, for sakes, it's can't be the best game ever. Okay. Okay. The Kickstarter that happened and the game that failed as an all. Mighty Number 9. It beats up the bad guys and makes you cry like an anime fan on prom night. It's just okay. Mega Man, not as great. I mean, this game is not okay. Let me rephrase this really quick. Mega Man game, not a Mega Man game. It's close to being a Mega Man game. It has its flaws. It's good for what it is. I understand it. There is some problems. I get like lag, sorry, lag, frame rate, voice acting. I get it all. I get it. But the gameplay itself is really not that bad what people think. The game is good for what it is. I'm not lying. I like the game. It's not that bad. Of course, I'm not the biggest fan of Mega Man. I like Mega Man a lot, but I'm not like, oh my god, die hard Mega Man. For what this game is, it's good for what it is. I mean, it like, okay, if this was called Mega Man 9, Mighty Number 9 or something, or Mega Man 9. No, actually, screw that. I mean, just scratch that because there is a Mega Man 9. If this was called Mighty Number Mega Man 9 or something, and realistically, people were like, oh, it's a Mega Man game, right? And they're like, oh, it's not the best Mega Man game. So it's like between Mega Man, like whatever, in their opinion, is the somewhat okay Mega Man game, and the in the shitty-ish, kind of okay Mega Man game. To them, to be like, that's where this game is for Mega Man. But because it's not Mega Man, like, it doesn't have the actual name in it, people are just like, oh, it sucks. It's like, stupid. Like, I totally understand the arguments. I do. But for what I really played of it, what I really liked about it was the whole, like, dash, kind of like, you know, get some more health back. I really liked that. I really liked it. It kind of changed up the game a bit. Just like how Azure Striker Gunvolt kind of changed up the whole aspect of this, you know, game. So, still, it's good for what it is, okay? So, yeah, I like it, okay? Okay, so Mario and Sonic, of course they have to be back with another freaking Olympic Games. Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games. I don't own this. I don't. But I'm already aware of what this game can hold. Any freaking event that happened in the last Olympic Summer Games, it's most likely to be in this. But now there's a mode that I'm actually very intrigued that's in the game. Rugby. So rugby, if you don't know, it's not really the biggest sport here in America or North America, and I'm actually pretty excited to see how rugby is gonna be in this. I'm pretty sure there was another sports game in here that I would like to try, but I don't remember what it is. And of course, we have some new characters from Sonic and Mario games. Like, I think there was not Nappy. I was thinking Nappy. Nabbit. I think that's his name. The thing that steals stuff from like Super Mario Brothers U or something, like him, and I don't know what else, but still, it's a game that's the same as the last ones, and it's just good for what it's gonna be anyway. So yeah, Rio, something to something. I don't know. It's Mario Sonic. So Star Ocean 5, Intriguity and Faithlessness. That's just like a name that's just rolls off the tongue, you know. Oh, Square Enix Junior, complicated names sometimes. But still, regardless, like Star Ocean 5. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest fan of Star Ocean. I know my friend Cal's Crazy is a bigger fan than me in this game, and he's the one that got me into this. I like the gameplay, the story. I'm not too sure because it's like it's like my second Star Ocean game, even though it's really my third Star Ocean game I own. So I don't know. It's like it's interesting. I don't know if it's bad or good. It's just interesting to me. I like how it has potential. It does have those moments. I feel like it's a bit slow. Like, I don't know how to explain. Like if Cloud was like, hey man, I want to go save what's her fucking name, Tifa or something, or I know Aerith, but what's it, whatever. If I want to go save Aerith or Tifa, and I'd rather pick one, of course you go with Tifa. But it's like, this game's like, well, if I pick Tifa, I don't know, I was go with Aerith. Like, that's what it personally makes me feel. Like, really? Like, I want to go with Tifa. I don't know why I'm saying that as a reference, but it just makes me feel like I can have decisions that I want to pick, but doesn't really pick for me. I don't know. Anyways, that's, yeah, Star Ocean 5. It's good for what it is. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so this is another sequel. Like, I like how this year's been like a lot of sequels as of late. Bravely Second. If you don't know, Bravely Default, the first game that came out, I think literally 2 to 3 years ago, was great. It was so great that Square Enix like, hey, you know how we play Final Fantasy, the original ones? Hey, let's make it into its own franchise again. So now that's Bravely Default. Like that's the Bravely series. No lie. This is basically Final Fantasy in a way if Final Fantasy was still continuing its 2D platforming kind of traditional turn-based kind of gameplay, and it's good for what it is. Don't lie, it's successful. I mean, I wanted to play this game badly when it wanted to come out, and I own the game. I played a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually very fun. Of course, it's a good old traditional turn-based strategy RPG. Or not even strategy. Well, yeah, it's a little strategy, but it was still regardlessly. It continues from Bravely Default, and I like how they basically hinted this way back in Bravely Default at the end of the game, and Bravely Second is finally here, and it's good. When you finally get that past that first little story arc, it kind of captures you in the story itself and makes you want to keep playing it. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it gets a little addicting. I'm not going to lie, okay? But regardless, I want to go play Bravely Default one of these days again because it's just pretty freaking good. Of course, so Final Fantasy is now like its own action RPG thing, like do a Tales of franchise. But still, regardlessly, Bravely Second is out now. Yeah, play it. Yeah. Doom. Yep, Doom. I don't have much else to say. I played the first episode, or the first level, whatever you can say, in the, not even a beta. There was like basically a demo of the game that you could play the entire first level of the game, and try like that. And you know what? The game is pretty freaking good. The sad thing is to me is that I don't own this game yet, and I really should. I mean, for what I've played, what I've heard, what I've seen, this game is really freaking good. Of course, it's not as great as I would love it to be, because I'm pretty nitpicky, and of course, I know a lot of people probably put this in their top 10s. Me personally, I'm sorry, this is like not top 10 for me. Like it's just no way there's a top 10 for me. I'm sorry. I'm just being honest here. It's very close to being top 20, like I said before to a friend of mine. I seriously did thought it was in the 20s, but when I really looked at the list again and rearranged a little bit, it is kind of where I feel like I leave it. It could be literally just 30, but 31, it feels to me. Like, it feels like that's the spot. But regardless of Doom, I'm not lying, it's a very good game. A lot of people literally do put it like number 2 of the year or something, but still, go try it out. It's worth the play, especially for $20. Psh, fuck, that's like, you can't beat that price, right? Right? Well, apparently I did, because I don't have the game yet.
Chaos Control!